This old lady died in her home in a strange way. Two men happened to see her. One of them is a professor. He went to examine the old lady's body, and found that her nose had bled. The other was a student of the professor. He found a bloody pillow on the floor. The professor theorized that the murderer used the pillow to hurt the old lady, but the murderer was too strong. He broke the bridge of the old lady's nose and caused the bleeding. The student immediately decided to call the police. They were called to the police station for investigation. The police first asked the student why he went to the old woman's house. The student said he was the old lady's tenant. He was about to check out that day. At the door, he met the professor. They went in together, and saw that the old lady was dead. The professor said he was a good friend of the old woman. That day, he was at a book signing. Suddenly, someone handed him a note. A circle this size was drawn on it, and the address of his best friend was written on it. He came to the scene out of curiosity. The police didn't know what the circle meant. The professor guessed that it could be a serial murder case. Every time a person dies, a numbered symbol appears. If we can guess what the next symbol is, we can find the murderer first. But the problem was that there was no pattern to the first math symbol. The student, Mark, had the bright idea to start with the identity of the old lady. This remark reminded the professor of something. 5 years ago, the old lady was tested by a doctor, and shown to have only 6 months to live. But under the care of her daughter, the old lady had miraculously survived until now. Then Mark asked if the murderer had deliberately chosen those who seemed to be critically ill, so that they'd be more likely to do bad things. The professor thought it made sense. He took Mark to another patient. He had only one hand that could move, and that hand kept drawing strange symbols on a piece of paper. The professor said this was one of his best students, but during a research project, he couldn't come up with an answer on his own, so he concluded that he wasn't smart. He went crazy. He went without food and lost dozens of pounds, and even hurt himself in the end. He became a mental patient who couldn't think properly. Since then, he's been drawing all kinds of symbols every day. Mark received the symbols from the professor. He went to the library to look for information, but then the old lady's daughter showed up. She and Mark were actually lovers, but she had a strange temper. She yelled at Mark for no apparent reason. Then she ran away. Mark ran after her, but he accidentally bumped into someone. Suddenly he saw something. There was a strange symbol outside the library, and the address of the hospital was written on it. Mark called the hospital nurse. Sure enough, someone was dead, but it wasn't the professor's student. It was another old man with a terminal illness.